So we tried to spend as much time as we could in that creek bed.
Geert and Warren plan to follow the creek to the mountain's summit.
I've been hearing a lot over the years about Hinchinbrook Island and figured being so close, you know, I should go and check it out. But it had always been on my map.
Hinchinbrook is renowned in the hiking community as one of Australia's best-kept secrets. Accessible only by a single ferry that makes the crossing once a day.
You know, when I go hiking, I don't go hiking usually to be with the crowd, so I took off on my own. It was a big sense of freedom, I suppose. I think the isolation is always a huge part of it for me. You know, I'm always out to try and get to those places where not everybody goes to.
There are rarely more than a handful of hikers on Hinchinbrook, scattered along the island's only established trail. Geert van Heulen is a photographer and painter. He's travelled from his native Holland to walk the trails and paint the landscape of Hinchinbrook.
I really like the physical exercise because I start not very well trained and basically walk myself fit. Hiking to me is one of the things I really basically live for, and also being able to sketch and paint and draw is very important to me. The opportunity that I got for that on Hinchinbrook was just awesome, fantastic.
Eventually got towards the end of the day and got to Little Zoe Bay, and first thing I noticed is there's a guy sitting down on the beach wearing a bandana basically, sketching the scene out on the ocean, and I remember thinking, wow, that guy looks pretty chilled out.
Hey, how you going?
Hey. I'm Geert van Keulen from Holland.
Or McDonald's.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Good to see you.
Straight away there was a connection.
It's a beautiful place. You know, I have some friends, got some friends in Townsville. They was talking about the Hinchinbrook, you know.
What do you got there?
It's the trail notes. Some trail notes for Mount Bowen. I was thinking to climb it, you know.
Take a look.
Yeah, take a look. You know that there's that book, 1,000 Things to Do Before You Die.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently the view from the top of Mount Bowen is in there twice.
How long do you reckon it'd take to climb?
If you're interested, then we can climb it together. I mean.
So we made a plan to get an early start in the morning.
We started walking out of the campsite and, well, not much was said between the two of us. I straight away noticed that this is a guy who doesn't really dwell on about stuff. Let's get on with the job. That was the type of guy that Warren was.
We figured it'd probably take 8 hours to get to a high camp, and from there the next day we'd be able to make the summit and probably come all the way back down to the beach in that day.
Mount Bowen is covered in almost impenetrable rainforest, but from its peak to its base run creek beds that cut through the dense undergrowth.
You know, one of the things you come across in Queensland is this vine called lawyer vine. Pretty aptly named. When this stuff gets hold of you, it's not too keen to let you go. So we tried to spend as much time as we could in that creek bed.
Geert and Warren plan to follow the creek to the mountain's summit.
We got to the point where we were basically hopping from boulder to boulder.
And every time I saw Warren, without any effort, basically sort of tiptoeing almost over the rocks in front of me, that I had a real battle of getting on with.
I don't know where I got it from, but I've got a pack on for the first time in 6 months and I'm bouncing like a gazelle from rock to rock.
I remember thinking, what if I started here, you know? I mean, this is not a joke, this is serious walking.
Jeez, you all right, Geert? You all right?
Yeah, no, fine. Take the camera. Got it.
Your legs all right?
Yeah. Stupid.
It came obvious to me that he was just fitter than I was. But at the same time, I was having a great time. And I like that sort of element in hiking very much. Why should it be easy? I might as well stay home.
We'd probably been going for 5 hours or so when I started thinking, wow, you know, we don't look like we're anywhere near where we need to be.
What do you reckon?
I reckon we're in the wrong creek bed.
I reckon you're right.
I didn't feel like we were lost. I don't even know if I'd use the term geographically embarrassed. To me, it wasn't a huge deal.
We're gonna lose the light, you know, soon. It's gonna get dark. We can't exactly camp here. Come on, Geert. Come on, Geert.
We kept on going up and up, going from one boulder to the other. And as it goes in the tropics, the dark sets in really quickly. And before you know it, you need a torch just to find your bearings. We realized we couldn't go any further. I was just glad to have stopped, and I think Warren was as well. And that's where we made our camp, and we had tea.
So I need to take a leak, and the last thing that I want to do is do it in the creek. You remember, we're out there hiking. This is our drinking water. So the rule is you want to get at least 50 metres away from the creek. So I decided that I'd climb up this embankment and, you know, made my way across the creek, feeling my way with my feet, and got to the wall on the other side. And got my foot up onto the rock. And at that point I heard a huge crack. I didn't have a clue what had happened. Not a clue.
Warren, you all right? Warren? Warren? Warren?
Jesus, what happened?
I shone, and I saw a complete surrealistic scene. It was a human being, and this huge rock was on top of him.
At this point, it's totally all about the pain grinding down into my legs, and I need to make it stop.
In a freak accident, Warren MacDonald is pinned under a chunk of granite weighing more than a ton. He has no idea how badly he's injured, only that he's trapped.
So we just keep pushing at this thing for a couple of minutes.
It's incredible the negative energy that the rock actually gave. It was almost as though the rock was pushing me back. Nothing happened, and it's like trying to push a tank out of the way.
I'm in a world of pain, but there's not a hell of a lot I can do about it. At some point, something kicks in, and I would almost describe it as some kind of primeval survival tactic. And at this point, I start directing Geert.
Oh my God, Geert, calm. Just stay calm. All we need to do, we need to build a lever. gotta find a branch. Something we need to get a big branch. A little branch. I will be as quick as I can. Go quickly, Geert.
So it started raining. I'm thinking, this is an idea. We don't really need this. The last thing we need right now is rain.